What's up guys and girls, Raj here, back with a special video. So finally I sat down to do the viewer question answer. A lot of you send me questions on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube because our channel hit 30,000 subscribers. In today's video I selected the interesting questions from those and then I'm going to answer those. Please follow me on Instagram. I share behind the scenes, some of the places I go and travel. I share those pictures, some of my personal stories, etc. Alright, question number 1 from Sam. How do you manage family, work, learning and YouTube recordings? So I'm going to share some of my tips that I follow and hopefully some of you can implement this as well. So the first thing I do whenever I try to learn something is I break it into small chunks and I always put a time target. For example, I was trying to learn more about Istio. So I divided Istio, like Istio basic concepts, Istio traffic management, Istio circuit breaking, Istio security, and then hands-on for all these parts. And then I assigned time. For example, I said I will learn Istio basic features in 1 week and Istio traffic management in next 2 weeks, so on and so forth. If you don't put a realistic time target, sometimes humans don't do those tasks. Like sometimes you might think that, oh, my room is dirty and I want to clean it, but if you don't put a time, it just stays dirty. Whereas if you say that my room is dirty and I need to clean it in next 2 hours, you will see, you will get on it and you will get it done. In the beginning, I would always give myself more time. I think this is a big mistake that a lot of folks do. So I see a lot of folks say, I want to learn DevOps in like 1 month, which is unrealistic. You will not be able to do it and you will lose motivation. In the beginning, let's say with the DevOps example, I told myself, okay, DevOps, I'm going to divide with DevOps theory, DevOps phases, and then I want to do hands-on with a Kubernetes, EC2, Lambda, etc. And for each chunk, I allocated more time than it should need because I wanted to get small wins. And once you complete one small chunk, you'll be motivated to move on to the next chunk. The second tip I follow is you have to find time somehow. There are only 24 hours in the day. So I do not watch television at all. I feel like television is a huge waste of time. Not because there is not enough good stuff to watch, and it's great to watch some of the great shows, but the problem is 30 minutes of watching television turns into 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, etc. I mean, I know this part is a little difficult, so if you cannot stop watching TV completely, put a target. The same way we talked about targeting the areas of learning. Start with, I am only going to watch TV 1 hour max in weeknights, or maybe 30 minutes max. And once you get that done to a habit, then you can say, okay, I'm only going to watch 1 hour of TV every couple days. Maybe I want to watch a couple hours over the weekend only, right? And you will see that will give you a lot of time. Now the third point is, a lot of folks don't know this, is you have to make sacrifices. If you have a full-time job, family, and then you want to progress your career, learn new things, I make sacrifices. For example, today is a Monday, so you could see it's Monday, May 30th. So today is a holiday in the United States. It's a Memorial Day weekend. So most of the folks here are probably going to a barbecue, drinking, having fun. But I actually declined the invitation. So I went to a barbecue yesterday. Today again we had an invitation, but we said no. And these are like the small sacrifices you have to do. Instead, I'm recording the video for you folks because I have a busy week coming up. I don't have time on the weeknights. So I want to get this video done for next weekend. Similarly, these days, most Friday evenings, I will study, record video, edit my video, etc. And again, those are sacrifices. And on that note, I am lucky that my family supports me, because a lot of the times the family might say, oh, today is a holiday, let's go out to this party, that party, right? But my wife understands that I really like this stuff, and she's like, okay, we went to a party yesterday, today we are just gonna go to a park, walk around a little bit in the morning, and then by late afternoon we'll be back, and then I could do my own thing, like study, record this video, etc. If you have a family full-time job, if you have little family support, that goes a long way. And the next thing is you have to be passionate about what you are learning. So obviously I'm passionate about teaching other folks, helping other people get into cloud. Only recently my YouTube is monetized and I get a little bit of course money. But before that, I have been doing this for like 5 years now. And the first few years there was like no money. I was just doing it. Like YouTube, I monetized just last year. And I'm doing YouTube for over 4 years now. So obviously I like teaching people, I like helping other folks come to cloud, and I'm passionate about it, and my payoff is not the money I get, but the messages you folks send me. Like I get a lot of messages like, thank you Raj, your video on solutions architect interview questions really helped me in my interview, or Raj, your courses really helped me. So I get a huge boost from that. So similarly, the stuff you are trying to study or trying to achieve, you have to be like passionate about it. And it's okay if you're passionate about money, if you're like, okay, I want to increase my salary by 30% and I can do that by learning this cloud, DevOps, all that stuff. So there you go, keep that in mind. So when you are down, when you don't feel like studying, remind yourself why you started this journey, that yes, at the end, I should get 30% more money, or at the end, you should get a better fulfilling career, etc. And the last thing is, you have to have some techniques to energize yourself. So obviously, I don't do my side hustle every evening, every night. I try to, but it's not possible all the time. But sometimes I would feel like tired, and then the way I will energize myself is I'll go to the gym. So some evenings, I will even go to the gym at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So I'll go to gym after for like 45 minutes, do little cardio, lifting, and that kind of boosts my energy. Then I'll come back, then I'll study a little bit, or maybe record a little bit, edit a little bit till 12 o'clock, and then I will wind down and then go to sleep. Working out helps me. Listening to motivational songs or listening to inspirational songs help me. Some of the speaker I like, sometimes I listen to them on YouTube, TED Talks. So listen to a bunch of stuff and then bookmark the ones that you feel energized with. And then whenever you are not feeling up to it, listen to those stuff, and hopefully that gets you energized and get going. All right, so that's how I manage my work, side hustle, family, etc. So next question from Max Mustang is, how to know when to change a job? So this obviously depends on person to person, depends on your personal goal. So generally, if you are getting stagnant and getting very comfortable, then it's a good time to look for a new job. When it comes to your job, there are two things that come to our mind is burnout versus bore out. So burnout, you folks know, like when you work a lot in your current job and then you're exhausted, you don't have any energy to do anything else. So that's burnout. But there's also another factor called bore out, where you don't have enough to do, you are not learning in your job. So even though you are going to your work at 9 o'clock, coming home at 5 o'clock, and you did not have to work that hard, you are comfortable, you are getting good money, but you feel unfulfilled. You feel like you are not utilizing your full potential, and you only work for the weekend. So it's like, okay, 5 days, just doing my time. In the weekend, I'll spend my money that I got, and that gives you a little happiness. But again, Monday comes and you are not excited to go to your work. So that's probably a good time to start learning new stuff and then start changing jobs. And one thing I would say is, this is a great job market. So if you look at your current jobs in your area, there are way more jobs available than the candidates. And don't always think that you have to satisfy every requirement of the job. It's almost always never happen. Start applying, start learning, and if you follow my tips on how I learn stuff, in few months you will be a master of the area. Next question from Ganesh is, what is your education qualification? So I only have a BTech, so Bachelor in Technology in Electronics and Communication. So I don't have a degree in computer science. Actually, my first job out of the college was in electronics. And then I was working in like a steel plant with their electronic circuitry. It was freaking hot and sweaty in India. And all of my friends who went computer science or they got a job in IT, they would sit in these nice fancy looking offices in air-conditioned room. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be like that. I want to sit in an air-conditioned room. And then I started learning IT. I got a certification in Oracle. So this is again all after my actual engineering college. I learned a couple of programming languages and then I started applying to places and I got the IT job. So on that note, actually, in today's world, the actual degree or actual education doesn't matter much because the world is moving so fast in technology. Like no college teaches cloud. And even if they start teaching cloud, by the time they start teaching EC2, S3 database, cloud already moved on to containers. And maybe they started putting Kubernetes, and by that time they study, Kubernetes already have a bunch of new features. And then serverless. And by the time they teach serverless, the market already moved on to blockchain and some other technology. And these days what matters most is you learning this stuff yourself, which shows that even if in the future things change, you can always keep up with the change. Certifications definitely help. Some proof of work definitely helps in GitHub. So those stuff what matters the most. And that's how I got into cloud as well. I was in mainframe and then I switched to cloud because I did certification, did small projects. So next question from Mohit, what is your favorite dish? By the way, this Mohit guy always puts funny comments. I always tell my wife, whenever I post something in Instagram, this guy always comments cool stuff. And in the same line, Anurag Mishra also asked, did you miss Indian food? What were your favorite dishes when you were in India? So fortunately, I live in New Jersey, and New Jersey has a lot of good Indian restaurants. Like you can look up, New Jersey has one of the highest Indian population in America. So some of the stuff I really like is tandoori chicken, kebabs, biryanis. So I can get those in New Jersey. But some stuff I love, but I cannot get as good as I used to get. Like I'm a Bengali, so I'm from West Bengal. I like a dish called luchi, which is like a puffed, soft, doughy paratha. It's like amazing. And I liked like mutton with luchi, or like there's a special dish called dab chingri, where a shrimp is cooked inside a coconut. So those are like authentic dishes, very, very difficult to find in US. And also in New Jersey, there are a lot of North Indian food, and this luchi is very specific to Calcutta, like where I'm from. So yeah, those stuff I miss, but again, fortunately, I live in New Jersey, so I get a lot of good food. So the next three questions are actually workout related. So Muiz, I don't know Muiz, so he's actually very supportive of my journey, so shout out to him. So Muiz asked, what is your current workout split? And what is your favorite and least favorite compound exercise? And one of my friend Con Rogers asked, how come you can shoulder press more than Thor himself? So yeah, my shoulders are stronger than other parts of my body. So thanks for the question. Conley used to be my workout partner, but then he had to move to the south to get a better job, better life, you know. But anyway, so my current workout split is push, pull, legs. So basically the push day is chest, shoulder and triceps, and the next day would be pull. Pull is for back, trap and bicep, and the next day will be leg day. So legs are like, you know, hamstring, quads, calves, and then the fourth day I will rest, and then the next day again push, pull, legs, and I will alternate the exercises. What do I mean is, so in the first push day, if I did a barbell bench press, on the next push day I will do a dumbbell bench press. And I will vary, like if the first day I do dumbbell bench press first, the next day I'll do incline bench first, so I'll keep things changing. And also the intensity will vary. If one, let's say, pull day, I do heavy back, on the next pull day I will do medium weight, more repetition. And then how come I can shoulder press more? So I think genetically my shoulders are stronger, but I will actually prioritize shoulders. So generally on the push days, people are always doing chest first because everyone wants a bigger chest. So even though they're doing 2 push days a week, they're always doing chest first on those 2 days. But for me, I'll switch it up. So let's say I started with a flat bench, either dumbbell or barbell, on the first push day. On the next push day, I will start with shoulders. So I'll go heavy shoulders, and then I'll do chest. So I think that helps me a lot because I'm giving attention to shoulder as well. Sometimes folk do shoulder only after they do chest. But as you said, Conley, I love me some shoulders, so I also do them first. And next one is from Muiz as well. What is your favorite and least favorite compound exercise? So compound exercises are amazing for building muscle and strength. My most favorite compound exercise is deadlift because that really builds your lower back, hamstring, and overall strength. My least favorite compound exercise is squatting. I'm not good at squatting. I don't like the feeling of being trapped under super heavy weight. So yeah, these days I'm not squatting that much, which is not good, but hey, it is my least favorite compound exercise. Next question is from Gogoi Mriganko. When are you coming to India? So yeah, I'm going during this Diwali. So I was not able to go to India last 2 years because of COVID. Generally, I go every other year. So 1 year my parents will come visit me, and the next year I will go. But I'm really looking forward to going in Diwali and then spend time with friends and family. All right, last question from I am Jude Ortega. What is your favorite life quote? I like this question because I have a couple quotes behind me. I'll put the pictures, but they're actually not my favorite life quote. I like them a lot. My favorite life quote is from actually Theodore Roosevelt. I have it in a book. I'm going to read it from the book, and I'm also going to put it on the screen. All right, it goes like this. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. I really love this quote because it points out when you try new things, you will fail, and the people who are just standing on the sidelines, they will always point fingers at you, say that ha ha ha, you failed, but their opinion does not matter because they are not in the arena. They are not trying the things you are trying, because you are daring to do great things. Sometimes we don't even try things because we feel like what would other people say? You feel like the shame and judgment in case you fail. But it's always important to remember that don't give value to the people who are just pointing fingers without being in the field with you. But most times in life, the people who are not alongside you or doing the things with you, or maybe they don't even know anything about the things you are trying to do, they always have a lot to say. So always tell yourself that you have to take the power away from their judgment. Even if they're passing judgment, take the power away. Why are you giving so much importance to their opinion when they don't even know what you are trying to do, what you really want, what would really make you happy? Go after your dreams. You get only one life. If you don't do anything and you regret it a lot down the line, then you will feel really bad. So give it a try. If you fail, try again, and eventually you will succeed. Keep learning and keep rocking. And thanks for listening to me for these last 5 years.